This story starts with a Danish blacksmith, a pair of locking pliers called the Vise-Grip, and a tiny Nebraska town most folks have never heard of. What happened there changed everything, not once, not twice, but 3 different times. DeWitt, Nebraska. Population 572. For more than 80 years, this dot on the map housed one of the most famous American-made tools ever created, the Vise-Grip. Then in 2008, everything was ripped away and shipped to China. 330 jobs vanished from a town of 600 people. That's not a layoff. That's basically wiping a place off the map. But before we get to that betrayal, and before we meet the company that drove 500 miles trying to save it all, we need to go back to where it started. Back to 1901, when William Petersen left Denmark and sailed to America looking for fortune. Petersen tried everything once he got here. Farming failed, building and selling early motor cars failed. Every venture crashed and burned. Eventually, he ended up in DeWitt, Nebraska, and opened a blacksmith shop. For 20 years, he worked that forge, while his trade slowly disappeared as farmers swapped horses for tractors and automobiles. His livelihood was vanishing in front of him. But William Petersen couldn't stop inventing. One day, bent over his anvil, struggling to hold hot metal steady while hammering it, inspiration struck. What if he could build pliers that clamped down and held the workpiece for him, locked in a vice-like grip? He filed his first patent in 1921. The second came in 1924, when he added the game-changing idea, a pressure strut that moves past center to lock the pliers in place. This over-center mechanism made the Vise-Grip the Vise-Grip. Here's what's remarkable. He didn't have a factory or investors. He built inventory and sold his locking pliers straight from his car trunk, driving town to town across rural Nebraska. And it worked. In 1934, he established Petersen Manufacturing Company. But they didn't open their first real manufacturing plant until 1938. And even that is generous because it was just a defunct drugstore in downtown DeWitt. 37 employees. That was the empire. Then came the moment that changed everything. In 1941, Petersen landed a government contract for the war effort. The tools shipped to defense industries across the United States and to England for aircraft production. A single pair sold for $1.25, but the price didn't make them legendary. What happened on the shipbuilding lines did. Builders of Liberty cargo ships found Vise-Grips so useful and the pressure so intense that welders simply welded them into the hulls instead of removing them. Over 2,700 Liberty ships were built during the war, and there are Vise-Grips still entombed in the steel of ships that fought in World War II. After the war ended, the company kept expanding. In 1957, Petersen added an easy-release trigger, creating the modern 10WR curved jaw design we recognize today. William Petersen died in 1962. But his sons Chris, Ralph, and Richard kept the business strong. By 1978, the DeWitt plant employed 637 people in a town of just a few hundred. Workers drove in from surrounding communities every day. The Petersen family wasn't just running a business, they were the entire economy. During the Depression, when the Works Progress Administration was rebuilding America, the Vise-Grip plant literally saved the town. When the last WPA worker in DeWitt finally found employment, it was there. Then the ownership changes started rolling in. American tool companies bought Petersen Manufacturing in 1985. In 1993, they acquired Irwin Tool Company. By 2002, Newell Rubbermaid had swallowed the operation. The brand was renamed under Irwin Industrial Tools, and by 2007, outsourcing had begun. Component manufacturing moved overseas. October 31st, 2008 marked the end. 84 years of continuous production in DeWitt, Nebraska, finished. The plant closed forever. Over 330 people lost their jobs. Newell Rubbermaid said the move to China was necessary to stay competitive. Randy Badman had worked there for 36 years. He became chairman of DeWitt's village board and watched his neighbors lose everything. Then in 2015, the Big Blue River flooded, along with Turkey and Swan Creeks, devastating what remained. DeWitt wasn't just declining anymore, it was drowning. Meanwhile, the Vise-Grip brand changed hands again. In October 2016, Stanley Black & Decker bought Newell's Tools business for $1.95 billion. By March 2017, the deal closed. Vise-Grips were now made exclusively in China, stamped with the Irwin name, owned by a conglomerate that had never visited DeWitt. But that's where the story turns. About 500 miles north in Annandale, Minnesota, there's a company called Malco Products. It started in 1950 when a steel salesman named Mark Keemer invented a pipe crimper and decided to manufacture it himself. The name Malco came from Mark and his partner Al. Mark and Al's company. They started in a garage. By 2016, Malco had grown into a leading manufacturer of HVAC and trade tools. Crucially, it was employee-owned, 3/4 controlled by an employee stock ownership plan. Their structure meant keeping jobs local and strengthening communities wasn't marketing, it was built into the company. So when Malco looked at the empty DeWitt factory, they didn't just see a building. They saw infrastructure, a skilled workforce, and a town waiting for someone to return. Malco purchased the former Vise-Grip plant in 2016 and began bringing it back to life. Reinstalling utilities, equipment, lighting, rebuilding what had been dormant for nearly a decade. On October 19, 2018, they held a grand opening. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts attended. Randy Badman spoke about the hope the town had held on to for years. 7 former Vise-Grip employees were among the first hires back. People like Dave Rentschler returned to the same factory floor they had left a decade earlier. Malco launched American-made locking pliers under the name Eagle Grip. The first production started in 2021. For a moment, it looked like redemption. Then it wasn't. In November 2022, Malco announced it was exiting the locking tools business entirely. By the end of the year, layoffs followed. By 2023, equipment was being sold off. The building went on the market. So what went wrong? Some blame marketing. Many people didn't even know American-made locking pliers existed. Others point to price sensitivity. People wanted made in USA, but not the price that came with it. Meanwhile, brands like Knipex had already taken the premium market with superior engineering. You can't have it both ways. Cheap, high quality, American-made. Pick two. Today, the DeWitt plant sits empty again. Irwin Vise-Grips are made in China. Malco continues in Minnesota. And DeWitt remains a quiet town carrying a history most people will never know. William Petersen once sold his first tools from the trunk of his car. A century later, nobody could figure out how to sell them at all.